it's your turn.
All right. Hey, everybody!
Hello, Adventure Family!
Hey, we just wanted to wish you, dads out there, a happy Father's Day. Man, what would we do without dads?
I know. Happy Father's Day, Dads!
You'd have a lot less socks and underwear to wash, that's for sure. Or I would, or...
That's for sure. But we just wanted to do this for our episode this week because dads, I think, bring the adventure into family. And so happy Father's Day from the Adventure family.
Happy Father's Day!
Happy Father's Day. And we thought we'd do it live because it's like more genuine. So whether you watch this live or later, either works for us. So, okay, I'm gonna let the kids go first. Who wants to go first? We want to talk about just for a little bit for Father's Day. We titled this "The Pain, Joy, and Hope" with Father's Day, and we were talking about this as a family, so we thought we'd share it with you. But please, I'm gonna give it to you. Do you want to go first?
Me?
Yeah, you were just gonna.
Okay. Well, I just want to say I
sing.
love my dad, and he's an amazing dad, and I think dads are really important, especially to sons, because it's like this is future me. Oh. This is future me right here. So I just love like my dad, and I love like all the dads out there. So happy Father's Day to you guys.
Thanks, Blaze.
Thanks, Blade. I love that. This is my future me.
What do you want to talk about?
Okay, well, Pascaline, do you want to? Let me see.
I want to say happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. You guys show girls what they need to look for in a husband and how they should be treated. And there's no one that can do that better than you guys. So happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome.
Don't like to squeeze me. Well, too bad. Sometimes you just gotta squeeze your daughter.
Yes.
Well, me and Blaze are off to make some Father's Day treats, but we will see you guys later. Bye.
Brian and I are going to stay with you. Bye.
Oh, awesome,
Okay.
guys.
Yeah, so Brian, come.
Mira, let me sit down. Since you were like so much taller than me earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm
I
taller than you.
wore these, like, I think they were this big, these, what do you call, like, wedges today at church. And it was funny because I was, like, this much taller than Brian.
And we were sitting in a spot that's like on a little slope, so she was on the higher part of the slope. And she had taller shoes.
Yeah.
Had a lot to celebrate during praise and
What's
worship.
so funny, when I looked at Brian, I was like literally looking down on him physically because I was standing on the top part of the slope. And Brian, show him what you did. How you just went.
It's like I married a supermodel.
Oh man, but well, we just wanted. We know a lot of you are enjoying Father's Day with your family, and yet Father's Day, I think, for you and I, has had a mixed bag of emotions over the years, and so we just like wanted to have a little just heart-to-heart conversation for those of you that actually have a hard time with Father's Day. Because, I mean, ideally, like, we would all, like, love that this day would be amazing. And yet, for a lot of us, it can bring up a lot of pain. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, thinking about old pains, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you want to go first? And just what you were talking about?
Sure. No, I let me see if I can grab the camera back here. I grew up in a home that my parents were divorced when I was young, and so fortunately my mom married a man that tried to love me like a dad, but it was still very confusing. Confusing in the sense of who's my dad, and I felt like my dad was supposed to kind of shape who I am, and I'd know more about myself, and it was definitely very confusing. And then as we got married, I remember when we first got married, I had fears like, will I be like those dads in the negative way or in the positive way? Will I be able to be the positive things they were in my life, and will I be able to not do the things that I felt hurt by like divorcing my wife. And I know that's a very complicated subject, but and there's a lot that goes into those decisions for folks. But for me, that was an important thing when I was deciding who to marry, and then how I chose to work through issues in our marriage. And I was scared. Like, will I be able to not make the same mistakes that my dads made? And I love it. I have a good relationship with my dad now, and when he tells me I'm in my 40s and he tells me he's proud of me, I just feel like a little boy. It's like it means the world, and I'm thankful today for my dad and for all of the other father figures I've had in my life that have helped shape me, who have helped encourage me and given me advice. Whether I listen to that advice or not, is it always that clear? But I'm just thankful for my dad and the father figures in my life that helped me move forward and to become a better man and become, I feel like, a very successful father.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of work. I know I make lots of mistakes, but I don't think I could have any more reward right now in life as a dad than I've got. So I'm just so thankful. I owe it to all those dads. Thank you. And to all the folks who feel like you don't have dads, or you feel like you've got those, the dads you've got in your life are more of a negative influence than a positive. And I just want to encourage you that there are men out there who can and will and want to sow into your lives, and I hope that you find those people, and for young men that there is still hope. Like, you may not always have the men around you that you want to encourage you, but you can at some point become the man that you didn't have to encourage people. So happy Father's Day, and I'm having a great Father's Day.
Can I just say something? Yeah. So Brian and I this July will have been married. This coming July, we'll have been married for 20 years. And we both had pretty rough childhoods in very, very different ways. And that's one of the reasons we love doing this YouTube channel, Adventure Family, because we know what it's like to need people, to inspire us and how to have a family that we dream of having, or just like even what that looks like if you didn't feel like you actually, even grew up with it. So it's hard to dream of something that you don't even know what it smells like or tastes like, and one of the things we did early on is we got into marriage counseling, and we've had the same marriage counselor for
21 years.
21 years.
We love you, Roger.
Whoops. Hold on 1 second. It's like our gimbal went crazy.
He's like, whoa, 21 years.
21 years.
Celebrate that.
No, but he's stayed with us all these years and taught us so many tools, and I feel like one of the things that I love about you, babe, as a dad is you've always been so good at admitting when you're wrong to the kids and asking them to forgive you and not, just like setting that example. And I don't know a lot of dads that do that. And so I just wanted to say that, like, that's something that's, I think, really powerful, and our kids it's meant a lot to them, because when dad's wrong, he takes ownership of that, and that's huge, I think.
Thanks. I mean, it definitely pride gets in the way, but shoot, I make mistakes all the time, and so hopefully, I think maybe it's just gotten easier. It's like, you know what? I've apologized before. I can do it again. It's like the world didn't come to an end, and I expect my kids to apologize when they make mistakes, and not to grovel, but to just admit the mistake they made and that it was a mistake. And
when we first got married, I remember we would get into arguments, and Brian would say, I just don't want to get a divorce. And so, like, let's just stop fighting. I don't want to get a divorce, because he had grown up in a divorced family. And I remember thinking, I'm not divorcing you. I'm just so angry with you. Just let me be angry with you right now. But just like, just that we all have like our own pain that we've gone through. And dads have such a powerful role in that. Dads, I'm amazed at how much, like when Brian says to Pascaline, you are beautiful, or you are confident, or I see your future being so big in front of you, and I see her like light up and put her shoulders back. I'm amazed at like that power that dads have. And so what do you do when you haven't had that? And that's what I like, why we wanted to take the time on Father's Day Sunday to connect with all of you, for Brian to share, you know, just like how he grew up a little bit, and the hope that he found, has found really. But I myself like grew up with a dad that we had a really difficult time when I was in my adolescence. And we there were a couple years after I went to college where we didn't even talk. And so now we have a really good relationship, and we've, you know, but I'm 45 now, so it, you know,
Not
so
yet.
well, yeah, not yet. I'm still 44, but we're so we're in a good place now, and he's a big part of my life. But during those years when you're a teenager, just you can feel really lost without feeling like you have a dad as a woman to call you out. Like, I thought it was really interesting how Pascaline said, as a girl, dads like let you know what kind of man to look for, or like how a man should treat you. And
hopefully we're doing that by modeling what to look for versus modeling what not to look for.
Yeah.
Because often, you know, it happens a lot. We end up looking for, if dad's modeling things that we really don't want in a dad, daughters tend to still go look for that in other men. And boys tend to want to, well, that just must be what you do when you're a man. You must just treat people like that, or act like that. And I know for myself, it's just I want to just to let people know that there's other options. Just because you don't know what they are, there are always other options. And we've been fortunate enough to find other options for ourselves.
But there was a lot of pain, though, that we walked through, and I really
Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's totally fine. I wasn't gonna like share this. I was totally not planning on sharing this, but should I just
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
Why don't you tell me?
No, I really when I left for college, I had a very low self-esteem. My dad hadn't known, he didn't have a model himself, but he hadn't known how to like build a sense of self-worth in me. And I really left for college broken and searching for that, I think, and not realizing how desperate I was for it. And so it's so weird because I ended up, I never dated really in high school, but I ended up dating a guy who turned out to be very like just a very abusive and a nightmare. And I've written 5 different books, but my first book that took me 10 years to write, that first book, was based on my story of how I put my life back together after being date raped by that boyfriend, and how abusive that relationship was. And so the only reason I share that is because I know that there's a lot of girls, a lot of teenage girls and younger and young women who, gosh, you feel like you really struggle with confidence. You feel like you really struggle with self-worth, and maybe you even end up in relationships where it just compounds that. And I want to really encourage you, if you haven't had a dad in your life that's been able to love you in the way you deserve, I really want to encourage you to press in to just asking in your heart for God to send a father figure into your life, whether it's one person or several people. And that can be like someone that's a counselor that you go to, or it can be someone at your church, or it can be a coach on a team, or a business mentor, an uncle, a grandpa. But just, I think that for me, part of how my healing process started was letting go of the expectation for my dad to like meet all these needs, so that other men in my life for a season could meet those and just speak life back into me. And I'm so thankful that my dad and I would find each other, and there would be healing. In fact, he's Korean, and very Korean. I think Asian fathers are very proud, and in a different way than we even are as Americans. And yet he still, after he read my book, really opened up to me and asked me even to forgive him for not being there for me during that season. And it was so powerful. And I feel like I will never forget him saying, if I had loved you in a different way, I don't think you would have gone looking for that love, or you would have known like healthy love versus unhealthy. And so if you're a gal out there and you're watching this and Father's Day is a painful thing for you, or maybe, you're a guy and same experience, I want to encourage you to like begin a journey of discovering what healthy love looks like, because that was Brian and I's thing when we got married. We were like, man, we have gone through so much trauma in our lives before meeting each other. And so how can we build a family that doesn't have to experience the same thing over again? How can we be parents and give our kids something different that's healthy and whole, and has good communication, and we ask each other forgiveness, and we take responsibility when we don't, when we hurt each other. But how can we do that when we don't feel like we've like really grown up knowing that? And I hope that you feel like Adventure Family is like inspires you to that and shows you to that, because that's really been one of our hearts and life's mission, is to first find healing for us and then share it with other people, and hopefully that blesses and gives to them in their life. But so
thanks if you're still watching. Thanks for watching and listening, and hope this encourages you. And we're thankful for the opportunity to share. And that's our heart, is we love families. We think the world will be completely changed if moms, dads, and their children, we can see each other, notice each other, and have a good time together with each other. Because if we're able to do that, then something's going right in our relationships. And I think that, honestly, we think that will be one of the things that could change the world.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching, and
thanks for doing this journey with us, because we know that is a tall order for some of us from where we've come from. But just know that you're not alone. And if you're fighting and searching for what it means to have a healthy future and a healthy family, you're in good company, because that's that's a big deal to us.
Yeah.
And so just want to just acknowledge all the dads out there who are incredible. And I feel like the world is often against you in some ways, and being an amazing dad in your family's life. Thank you for doing that, and the generations that it will impact. And for those of you who feel like you don't have that experience and it's a painful day for you, we just want you to know that you're not alone, and we have a lot of hope for you. And we hope that our videos and our time with you encourages and just builds that hope inside of you and inspires you. So happy Father's Day, everybody, and we'll see you on Thursday with our next episode.